Okay, so we are live here today for another session of UI Teardowns. So we're going to spend some time taking a look at two excellent products with two founders that we have here joining us today. And we're going to just walk through these products and see, the work they've done so far, how the product is performing, taking a look at what can be improved, what the user flows look like, and what these founders can do to improve their products. So first of all, just to introduce myself, I'm Peter. I run the SaaS Founders Facebook group, and I'm also the founder of UserActive. So at UserActive, we're a product design agency, and we partner with SaaS companies to provide the product design division for the company. So we run design sprints. We specialize in SaaS. So we're always looking at driving growth through product design, designing elegant user flows and creating really positive experiences in a SaaS product that reduce churn, increase utilization, and upgrades, and all the great SaaS metrics that we like to measure our work against. So that's a little bit about us, and let me introduce you to the two founders that are joining us today. So we have Harish Kumar, who is the founder of Quantumic Solutions, and he has a product called CrawlQ. Welcome to the session, Harish. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Peter. It's CrawlQ. And
CrawlQ.
Great. CrawlQ. So
okay, super. So we're going to be taking a look at CrawlQ. And John Swan, the co-founder of LiveCard, is joining us too. Welcome to the session, John. Thanks for joining us.
You too, Peter, for having us today and insights into UI and UX.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think we're going to start with John, we're going to start with you taking a look at LiveCard. If you're ready to go, let me just see if we've lost him. Actually, it looks like John's just lost him for the session. Okay, Harish, we're going to go ahead with CrawlQ. Okay, it looks like John's might have had an issue with his Zoom. Just had to let him back in. So, okay, so first thing. Oh, hi there, John. Sorry, we just missed you. So we're jumping into CrawlQ. we'll come back to LiveCard in a second.
No problem.
Okay, so Harish, the first thing I noticed here is that your product homepage website is Quantumic Solutions.
It's CrawlQ. I think that's a mistake we did. So if you type in crawlq.ai, then this is a website.
Okay, so what's Quantumic then?
This is a parent company when we started initially, and then we started moving towards the product-based website. We are working to delink it, but obviously the crawlq.ai is the main website.
I see. Okay, so we initially were introduced to Quantumic Solutions. So here we go. You've done Product Hunt. You've been twice on AppSumo. What kind of success did you have on AppSumo with your lifetime deal revenue?
It was interesting launch. I started first with Marketplace. I acquired, I think, mostly around 1,200 customers. I started iterating with those customers, the feedback process. It was wonderful because it was very hard to reach out that number of people. And these were early adopters. They started providing feedback. And based on that feedback, we did another launch that was around last year in August. And that launch again bring us to more AppSumo Select customers. And there also we iterated again a lot of feedback. I remember from the first launch until I have done more than 250 deployments to the product.
Okay, so you've done a lot of iterating, a lot of work on the product. Okay, so so here's where we signed up. We're taking a free trial. The first thing I've landed on when I've signed up is this big pricing page. Now the design is a bit wild in this page. The colors are pretty crazy, and also it's pretty. I would suggest that this is almost a bit off-putting to land straight into this pricing screen, right? What we want to do is learn more about your product, see the value that we can get, especially if we're taking a free trial, because this is a 7-day free trial that you're promoting here. So whilst you might want your new users to be conscious of the pricing plans and to start thinking about them, I don't think you want to hit them right in the face with this like pricing screen right off the bat. Just is a little bit like, ooh, feels like a bit of a surprise. So I'd get them straight into the product. Now, are you doing this so that they select a plan for their free trial, or are you trying to convert them immediately to paid plan?
Right now, its idea is only to start free trial. So if you just click start free trial, you directly hit inside the product.
Right. So the thing that I want to just suggest here is that I already have started the 7-day free trial, because when your visitor clicks here, their impression is that they're starting the free trial. So then they have to select again to do a free trial. And what happens if they click on one of these paid plans? Do they have to then pay immediately, or do they take a trial on one of these plans?
They still take a trial on one of these plans. So right, we can directly send them to inside once they select the required parameter, because we are not asking anyone credit card. So page can be unnecessary. You're right.
So what I would suggest here is that you have start free trial on the free plan, but on the paid plans, you're not saying that. You're suggesting select plan, which implies that only the first one is a free trial and the others will require some kind of payment. So when you do this, and if you do want them to select a free trial based on the plan, I would have this saying free trial for each. Okay, but we're going to see what happens when we start the trial, because I expect that the next screens might be more favorable in terms of what we want the user to be experiencing right now. Okay, so welcome, choose from our niche audiences. So I would do a little bit more in terms of the welcome your user to the product, orientate them a little bit. Okay, so what can they expect? What's the value that they can expect from your product? What are they going to achieve? And what's CrawlQ going to do for them? I think it's great to welcome your users into the product, but you want to hit them with that message really clearly the minute they get in, because then you're focusing their journey. It's here, you're going to get this result. In order to do this, let's get you on this route, on this path, on this journey to getting there, right?
Yeah.
So that we're just framing them kind of psychologically to be prepared to achieve the goal that they came here to achieve, solve the problem whatever that problem is that they want to achieve. So I see that you're getting them started, which is great. It's just the way that it's positioned, right? So I know you want your users to be able to understand the product and adopt it more easily. So I think they might need a little bit more coaxing, a little bit more encouragement along the way. So you've got this field, it doesn't have a label, it doesn't have a description above it, it has a description below it, which seems a little strange. Type your business idea and CrawlIQ will help you find your target audience with unique content creation. Okay, so that's good. I would put this message right front and center, not above, not below the text field, which is just a little strange. So what's my business idea? I can type anything in here, can I?
Yeah, the couple of suggestions will pop up, and then there are more than 125 business ideas. So something will match.
Right. So since I do product design, I'm going to look for anything relating to design. So if I say UI, UX, or do I need to select something that's
just something you can select which was existing, right? Or you can for example, product hunt launch.
Okay, so let's go for the purpose of this. Let's go with SaaS product market fit. Yes. So you noticed that I had a few questions. I needed some reassurance on this, and because I'm with you on a call, I could get that because I could ask you. These are the things we need to clarify for the user without having another person there with them. So, okay, search. Enter something into the search fields relating to your industry or service and select from our predefined topics.
Yeah.
then they don't have this ambiguity or this uncertainty in their mind. So I see two things, and I'm getting this conflict here. I'm not sure what I want to do. Do I want to show the preview, or do I want to get started? I'm curious what your preview is going to show here. So coffee points with Fred, CrawlQ, content, market research.
So your niche, it's showing your niche, main topic. There are some blogs already done, some funnel research stuff has been done.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of sneak preview.
Okay. And then I can start it. I can say, okay, there's some content here. There's some blogs. There's top of the funnel, middle of the funnel. Okay. So I'm going to select this. What I might do just to frame this experience a little better is to present something like this before the user gets to this step. So then this isn't the first time they see this. So they see, okay, the value in this is that this is going to aggregate content and bring, do some research in my sector for me, and then help me to start preparing content and running campaigns. So that framing that value in the beginning, the first step, is something that I would recommend for you before because here they're discovering it on the way, rather than having a bit of a clear idea of what's happening before they do it. Sure. So yeah, sound good?
Yeah.
So what's nice here is that we're jumping into, looks like now is the first time we're jumping into the product. So since this is the first time I've seen this, I'm just getting my bearings, right? So your user is here getting their bearings. Okay, content automation. We have an AI content writer. These are the breadcrumbs. We're going to select a template.
Or you can start from a recent blog which is already published and work from it. That's also idea. Or you can go to dashboard and start doing some research.
Right. So everything that I see here, these are templates for content. I'm assuming these are templates for content that I can use and then share. Sure. Now, what I'm drawn to this on the right-hand side. So there's activities, view your niche, recent blogs, got top strategy to achieve product market fit. So just from seeing this on right-hand side element, I'm not really sure what this is. Is this telling me that recent blogs that have been published by CrawlQ have been in this field?
On this, suppose you go to Canva and then you open a template, then you say, okay, some user generated templates are also here of the blogs, of the content. Or you wanted to start from fresh, you can also go from scratch. That's also possible.
Okay, so these are articles that have been created for
Yes.
other users.
For the team, for example, myself, because we are creating this content right now, template. So we are owning the templates, but it's supposed to, maybe users can also participate later on this.
Yeah, I'm still unsure what this is exactly. So if I'm taking a free trial account, what are these blogs that have been published by CrawlQ recently?
They are inside the app. So they are not published on the website. They are demo blogs. So that will give you some idea, like what kind of quality you can expect or what kind of content you can expect.
Okay. So these are demo versions of blog posts.
Yes.
And here are templates to create the blog post.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, I have these questions already. These are questions that your user will encounter when they land on this page because they don't have a lot of context. So we might explain. Sometimes it's simply just explaining things a little more clearly. And then sometimes it's designing a flow to say, here's the sequence of steps that you're going to take now. We're going to help you select a template and get your blog published quickly and easily. By the way, we also have some example posts that you can refer to for ideas and inspiration. If we frame it a little bit before they get to this step, they know what to expect. And then when they get here, they're like, okay, great. So then you tell them, we're going to get started on choosing your template now. And that's just the way to onboard users is a little bit you prepare them for the next step. So I'm going to select a template. I like Dan Kennedy, so I'm going to click on 10 smart market diagnosis questions.
Next, you select and then
select and then next.
And you add your main topic of interest.
Okay, so I'm going to say we chose product market fit, so I'm going to say product market fit. Initial content idea is maybe how to diagnose your market customer problem. What content does this solve for your readers? Reaching product market fit. Select country. I'm going to pick the States. Athena sources. Athena will use the following sources on which to train to search. Can you explain to me what Athena is? I'm familiar with that, but
Athena is internal AI, and it has been pre-trained on the market research steps. It collected data on this topic, product market fit, from Google, from Quora, from Reddit. And because you are joining directly free trial, and I wanted to tell you, give you the direct value. I didn't ask you the research steps, but the pre-research has been done for you. That's what we need to explain here more. Like the pre-research has been done.
Definitely. So in your onboarding flow, before any of this, maybe one of the very first screens that they land into the product, one of your biggest areas of IP in your product is this Athena. Okay, that's your research tool, your bot or your AI. Okay, so introduce it and show it off. This is the IP in your product, the value in your product that's going to enable your users to reach their desired outcome. So when you orientate your user in the product, make a big deal out of Athena and introduce it. Then you can show the flow. Here are the 3 steps that you can take within CrawlQ to publish content. 1, select a template. 2, review demo blogs. 3, edit the details, and then publish your blog. So then once they're in this flow, every time they see something, it's not new or it's not a surprise. They will be familiar with what Athena is, because if you don't know what Athena is, you don't know how to select these options, right?
Yes.
That's the danger there. Okay, so I'm going to create the draft. What's your tech stack, Harish? What did you use to build the interface?
The backend is serverless with Python, Python Lambda on AWS. So all the endpoints are on Python Lambda, and the front end is React.js.
React.
Yeah. The entire tech is on AWS.
Okay, great. So what I'm seeing is something really, I think that this is doing something really cool. Okay. And we want your new users to see and to realize that your software is doing something really cool for them. And the great thing about this onboarding is that they can get to value really quickly. All I've done is enter a few fields, selected a couple of options, and already I'm seeing a blog post that I could just go ahead and publish, right? So we're getting a lot of value quite quickly and quite easily. But what was missing is the way we have framed the value and the way we've communicated the value to the user, so it sinks in, so they understand it. And the thing is that exercise early in the process is the psychological practice that pushes them through the friction of getting to the result. They see the outcome, they go, oh, I want that. I would like to publish a blog post without spending hours of research and writing. Okay, so it's worth going through the 5 minutes. You can even say, hey, this takes 2 minutes, and you'll have a unique post ready to publish on your website. So how unique are these posts, and what is the quality of the writing and the content?
Right. Since the output has been generated using Athena's semantic search engine, so it has been pre-trained on a set of market research, a set of predefined audience that we wanted to talk about product market fit, And then additionally, user-generated content from Quora, Reddit is also there. Once Athena writes like this, it uses the examples from the predefined research. You can see the research already here. Like when you see market tab, then you will know in the market tab, the research, the pre-done research. The niche was SaaS founder who want to create a profitable SaaS business less than 12 months. You can, we don't need to spend whole time, but there's a whole bunch of research that either you can do yourself or this research is pre-done for you in this demo workspace.
Yeah.
And this is getting used directly in the content creation. So it's completely unique and it's seed input that is driven by yourself. Then you can also consume competitor content because all of the high ranking blogs are here.
I see. Yeah.
Topics, questions, you name. And then there is a mode of Athena also. So you can select any text now on the editor and it will write for you. So if you select any text, for example, the first headline, how to find your niche. Like if you select it, the below text, like how to find your niche. Yeah, or you come up with your own headline or something.
Yeah.
So ask me Athena or write me Athena. You see there's a below text which says how to find your niche.
There we go. Yeah. It's really cool. This is really cool. There's so much that happens here. I've seen how extensive the research is in here. You have a lot to promote and talk about for your users. And then you've got write me save.
You said
so this is kind of a preview, publish templates, right? So
if you select
to finish this process, I can publish this post, can I?
Yeah.
And I could embed it.
Embed it
I've got a HTML embed, or I can share this CrawlQ URL, right?
Yeah, indeed. And if you
is
click
that published now?
No, I think maybe there's some refresh we need to do because I see
you're on. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I still don't hear you. Do you hear Harish, John?
I can hear you, but it seems you're not able to hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
So I think sometimes it's a refresh, but I was saying that if you click on the mode, like mode button, there is a mode button. Yeah, so you can also drive the writer or Athena to write only taking examples from Quora or Reddit or from Google. You see search Athena on the top. You can also search a new topic, and then it will show you what Athena has been trained on by using these different filters. So that means you can drive this research further based on where you want to take it further. You can go to rabbit hole as much as deeper. But you see these are the things like the Athena search, the mode.
There's a lot you can do here, and a lot of different options and functionality. How do I publish this now, Harish?
If you just some kind of glitch, so if you go back and open it, I will show you that it will work. Yes, here, and we'll figure out like you had how to diagnose. What was the blog recent that you named, right?
It was about product market fit.
No, in the recent activity, you see.
Recent.
The activities column, you have recent blogs. So I think we need to say which one was yours.
It's this one. Oh no, it's not.
No.
Okay, so this is a big problem for the UX of your product. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to publish it, and when I clicked the publish button, I wasn't sure if it had been published, and now it's difficult to find the post. So the dashboard, or at least a place where you manage your content, really needs work. So what I see for you is really like rich functionality, some really cool IP, the research and what you're doing, and then I see some real issues with UX within the product. So we've lost the article.
Yes, here.
Oh, that might be it. The second one. Yeah, this was it. So it's very, very strange to see inactivities in here, because this is where I first looked as a new user for examples of posts, but now my post is showing up there. There should be a place saying my content or some screen, and it's.
I'm planning to make like a different page where the cards will appear, and then you will see that this is a published post, and that will also have some workflow, like this is ready,
Great.
This is SEO optimized, those kind of things.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be a big improvement. And then we're just going to wrap up now. But Harish, I wanted to say, in the beginning, we pushed this pricing right in the face of the user the minute they logged in. So, but what's happened now is, now that I've gone past that, I don't see any mention of it. I don't see any mention of the free trial, any mention to upgrade. So we can take, if you remove that pricing from the first step and then show them the value in the product, then when they're actually on the free trial, you can let them know this is the free trial. You have 5 days left, upgrade now.
Yeah.
And when they, so then you're getting them, you're showing them value first, and then you're asking them to upgrade once they've validated that the product is working for them, solving their problem and delivering the value that they're looking for. So we're going to move on to LiveCard with John. I just thought, John, did you have any thoughts or impressions on CrawlQ that you wanted to share before we move on to LiveCard?
No, I agree with what you say. I think it's a very far ahead developed product that is had a few iterations. But I'm also on my mobile, so I can't see so clear the screen. But I thought it was a really good. I mean, I really like the research. I'm really interested in testing it, because I see a value. Instead of doing all the research yourself, you're presented with a lot of content.
Yeah, I'd agree. It looks like, Harish, you and your team, or whoever's worked with you on this, has done some really great work. You've developed the product a lot. There's rich functionality and some really neat features. So keep going, but I would shift the focus on the user experience now, showcasing the value and just making it enjoyable, removing any confusing elements in the flow, and making it as intuitive and easy to use as possible now. So I think that would be our recommendations for this.
I appreciate your feedback. It's great.
Thank you for sharing CrawlQ with us. It was really, really great to see it. Okay, so we're joining John now, and we're going to jump into LiveCard. So here we are in LiveCard. I've created a free account, but we're just going to look at the landing page very briefly to get an idea of the product. This is a video marketing and sales software. Is that right? How would you describe this, John? And what's your USP or your value offering for your customer profile?
Well, we are targeting sales teams, but we're still iterating. And that what you see with the different sales support and so on is some A/B test that we're doing. But primarily sales teams, because those are the people who want to reach out to new prospects daily, right? And they will see the value more rapidly.
Right. Okay. And we know how video is a really popular tool for sales now, and more and more teams are making use of these easy to use and personalized video messaging tools.
Right.
So, John, I've signed up for a free trial. The first thing that I'm seeing as I come here is this welcome screen. So, welcome to LiveCard. Upload a profile picture and enter your information below. Tip: you can upload a video in the settings menu later. Okay, so we can upload a picture. I'm going to put in some details here just quickly to get myself signed up and using the product. Now, I did notice at this stage that I received a really nice welcome email as soon as I signed up, and it positions the product for personalized videos to engage with your customers and to accelerate sales. Yeah, that sounds like a really good line. Okay, I'm interested in, that's exactly what I'd like to do. Here's how to build and send your first flow. Okay, so this is really neat. I'd be tempted to click on and watch this video, but we're not going to go too far into this right now. But I love the fact that you've prepared this, you're welcoming users and showing them how to get started. So hopefully we're going to see something reflecting that process in the product as well, right?
Yeah.
So enter a unique username for your live card. Can I have my own name? Okay, we only want letters and numbers. Okay, I'll just see if my name works here. Yep, there's my time zone. Which days are you available for meetings? Cool. I like this. There, good. Okay. So that little flow that we just did, I'm going to see if I can do back. That little flow is nice. I think we could do a little more framing the value again. What you had here was a really nice video. I think we can show a short version of this, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, right in your welcome screen or in your onboarding. Just reiterate what they're going to achieve with the product, how easy it is for them to do it, and what the steps are. And then in this, you have a few steps in this onboarding flow. What I like about it is that you stripped everything else away. So it's very clear what you have to focus on. There's no other conflict of attention here to, you know, competing for your users' focus. What you could do to make this flow a little more engaging is to just, you have this little stepper. Is that a little stepper with 3 steps up here in the top left?
Really small.
Yeah, really small. I'd make it a bigger feature and put it right up here with this. So it's say, okay, just let's get you set up and started in no time at all. Step 1, we're going to help you develop your profile. You could encourage them more to do the video at this point if they felt ready. They could. I've seen some tools that ask you to just activate your video and shoot your video immediately. So some people might do that, or they'll come back later. Your welcome video could be the very first thing that they see before they go into this 3-step flow. But generally, I like what you've done with this here, and we might also just give them a little more context around why they're doing this. Hey, once you get videos, once you start sending videos, we're gonna be able to book, you know, 4 times as many sales appointments for you. Let's get your calendar set up for your you know, your busy schedule of sales calls. So now we're in the dashboard. We have this common issue with a lot of SaaS products, which is the empty state screen, right? New users, what do you show them? There's nothing, there's no data, there's no content in their account yet. I noticed the trial has ended messages here when actually I've just started it. So that is a little confusing. Is this just a little bug or just a?
It is a bug.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So that'll, I'm sure that's easily rectified. So my meetings, recent and upcoming meetings, you've got your live cards. So you're showing them what their live card is. And then down here, you've got new live cards. This layout is a little bit quirky. Maybe it's responsive and it's showing in a funny way on my particular view. But if my screen was full, I'm sure this layout would work a lot better. But what you usually have to think about is, okay, the new user needs to see a different experience from your active existing user, because their experience is different. The first thing we want to show them here is orientate them around the product. So an orientation. Here's what you can expect from the product. Here's where everything is. This is how you do it. The other thing we want to do is promote the user journeys that are going to get them to that you know, to experience that value, right? So we want to focus on encouraging them to take those actions as soon as possible. So what's the goal? I think we need to reiterate it here, or at least get them to take the first step in the journey to that goal. So if the goal is getting sales meetings, we want them right away here. Okay, so you currently have no meetings. Let's get started. Let's get you booking, you know, 10x your sales meeting videos. Okay, step 1. Then they go in. maybe that's uploading the video, finishing off their card. Once they get through that flow, then they come back to the dashboard. The dashboard should look different, right? It should be a dynamic thing. Then we'll start to have meetings showing up here, or if they still don't have any, at least the message that says, okay, now let's start some campaigns. Let's get your video card shared and sent out so that we can start booking some meetings. This little element here about new live cards is a little more practical because you are encouraging them to start an action or a journey here.
Yeah. So
this is more along the lines, but I just embellish this a little more. Okay, so why do they want to create a new live card? What's the purpose for it, and what does that flow look like? Why would they do it? The other things I think about is we don't want to give them too many conflicting tasks to do on the dashboard, you know, as they just land in here for the first time. For the first time, we want to take them on that path directly to, you know, if the goal is booking more sales meetings, we want to get them there as quickly as possible. So that's my first impression of this dashboard. I'd have one for new users and then a different dashboard for existing users, or at least it's a different kind of formation of the dashboard. Then you have a content library. So the design of this looks nice. I can see how once they start populating this with content, it would be quite nice. Okay, and you have a good flow. Okay, you have quite a nice interface for helping them get their video started. A little bit of, you know, some of the spacing and the layout could be improved, but I think, you know, so far so good in terms of getting them started on creating a new video. And then they've got different pieces of content that they can create. Now, meetings. Can you tell us a little bit, John, about how meetings work and how you envisage your users using this screen?
Sure, and I think the flow that you used reflects the history of the service, which started with a business card, like LiveCard is the reminiscence of it, with a kind of like a calendar clone, a scheduling tool.
Yes.
So the intent was share your business card, schedule a meeting.
Nice, I see.
So that's the background, and which then we moved to video. So it's quite an iteration, and we left those things around because we have 16 customers who are using those small features. So what you see here is the where you can create the kind of different scheduling events that you can share around, like a scheduling link.
I see. And you have, yeah, something similar to Calendly where you can come in here and pick a date and a time to book a meeting. Okay. That's neat. So so far you're combining a scheduling tool with maybe video sales messages.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the reason you see that, right or wrong, is because it's already there, and it's something that we did as a prototype, half a year ago, and we still use it, but we switched to mainly video, and we are just kind of, you know, we're gonna stick to it until users don't use it anymore, or we evolve the feature.
Yeah. So you could have. Are you familiar with Bonjoro?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you can have something like Bonjoro, but I do love the functionality of just having this quick booking link, you know, so it makes that video easier to convert. So if you're sending out targeted sales video messages and they have a booking link with a scheduler in there, that's just a really nice value-added feature.
Right.
You know, so you know, I know that you've been pivoting or looking for product market fit, but in the meantime, you have got a nice feature that you can that you can add there. So I could almost envisage a design for that, whether video sales message, you have a card, right? You've got the video sales, and then you've got the scheduler link and a nice prompt to encourage them to kind of call to action to encourage them to click through. Maybe that widget refreshes with the calendar and the scheduler so that they can book a time. So there's already some really neat functionality. So for meeting templates, this does feel familiar because of Calendly. But I again, this is the first time they see this, and they might not quite realize that this is quite a powerful scheduling tool for them. So I would do a bit more to introduce this feature and how they can use it. This is a key part of them getting their schedule busy with sales appointments. Availability is fine to show in here, but once they've set it in the onboarding flow, it might not be something that needs to be this prominent. It could be embedded in a settings section on this screen, and then you free up this screen for more features, or to show lists of booked appointments or something like that. Okay, and then we're looking at calendar, so you can integrate your calendar and sync them up, so that LiveCard is starting to sync with your calendar. So so far so good. I think it looks like you're in the early stage of iterating, but you've already built some nice features. Is there anything else about this that you wanted us to take a look at, or for me to understand that you're currently working on in the product?
Well, I think you touch the major points, actually. As in, what I can see is putting the features into a context. What is the action that we want our users of the goal to achieve in order to see some results? And there are different ways of doing that. The one thing that we're investigating is doing some kind of a tour with different steps, or embedding a video, like you said. But hearing it from you makes it more actionable, or this is what we need to do, because it's unclear what the user should do.
Yeah. So John, my impression for this, if I were to take this product and start designing, I would, because it's fairly lightweight, it's focused, so that's sometimes a real strength, right, in a SaaS product, because you have a highly focused feature that you can get users onboarded with fast. Sometimes it means that it's easier for competitors to, the barrier to entry is lower. The more features, the more complexity, and the more IP you develop, the harder it is. So, but it means that you're lightweight and you can focus really on a direct result very quickly. So one of the things I would do with this product is to almost design it like a flow. Okay, so let's get you to the stage where your schedule is filled with sales appointments. Okay, step one, we're going to create a video. Then they go through that. Okay, let's set up your calendar, create your meeting link. Here's how the video card works. We show them a really neat kind of demo of the sales card with the video, with the booking link, how the booking link works when you interact it. And then we say, okay, right now, let's get started sending this out. So your first experience of the product could almost just be like a flow, straight from sign up through to getting them to the point where they can actually send out their first sales video messages. Yeah. And that can be quite a quick flow and quite a direct journey that they can go on. And then you celebrate that at the end. And then you're saying, okay, next campaign, let's create a new campaign, a new video, a new target audience. It seems like this could become something like a CRM, like a lightweight CRM mixed with something like Loom or Bonjoro crossed with Calendly. And then if you have a very, very focused niche audience, I would even go more focused than sales. I'd go into sales for a particular sector, a very specific niche. that utilize or have the most success with video. For instance, real estate sales, or sales in events, or sales where there's kind of a visual element of something that you can show and demo, because in the future people might be doing that more than just the profile video messages. Then you might then it becomes easier to gain traction. So you have that model of land and expand, which you're probably familiar with. You go into a focused niche,
exactly,
traction, and then as it becomes more and more utilized, you can branch out and look for other niches. And I just mentioned that because you suggested at the beginning that you're still in the product market fit stage.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's how I'd approach this product. And I think you've also got something really nice here, and I'm being really interested to see how you develop with it, and how the product iterates as you go.
All right, thank you. That is really insightful and really make us think. Like I talked to my co-founder last night, that we have to niche down because it's a competitive space, right?
Yeah.
And we are differentiating ourselves with different features, with different approaches, but still it's not enough to just say B2B sales teams. We have to really drill down to a specific audience.
Yes, I think so. And just before we wrap up, I'm going to just look at your upgrade flow here. So we understand that you might let them know how many days are remaining, but if we upgrade, so what I like is, I was going to suggest that freemium could be a really good model for you.
Yeah,
works very well for this type of video product.
Exactly.
We want them to start using it and start to, get the benefits of sending them out. And you have got some usage for them on the free plan, which is nice. Maybe you could give them 5 free videos to send or something like that, so they can generate 5. And then once they get going and they're adopting the product, then you upgrade them based on usage. So it looks like that's what you're doing here with Pro and with business plans. So one query here is that you have given them some allocation, some usage allocation. But then when you get to Pro and business, I don't see a usage allocation anymore. I just see that they have it. And it makes me wonder whether you're giving them unlimited usage. And
yeah, right. I think this is based on, I think, in the features. So if you look at business, at the bottom is where you put the business integrations, Slack, which a single user wouldn't have, for example.
Yeah, so one thing I would recommend for you is to limit the usage as well as the features. Okay, so the thing is, the most successful user of your product would have a very busy account using lots and lots of videos, but on an unlimited plan, they're getting a lot of value for a very, very low price. And somebody on the same plan who uses 2 videos a month, they're not really comparable in terms of users. So what you want to do is avoid kind of leaving, unlimited can often leave money on the table. So yes, you can have the plans, then you can limit usage as well, either require them to upgrade, or they can buy add-ons or bundles of additional videos on their existing plan. I think that's one way I'd suggest to improve the pricing. But yeah, this is good. I'm glad that you have the freemium model in mind, and I think that you're off to a good start. And just with a few more iterations on the product and a bit more honing of your target audience, then I think hopefully we'll see you getting some more traction.
Got it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, thanks both Harish and John for joining us. It's been awesome to see both your products. I love seeing what people are working on. Wish you all the best with those products too. If you ever need to follow up and you want to talk a little bit more, please go ahead and do that. So what I often do is just have brief consultations with any SaaS founders that need product help, whether that's reducing churn, improving onboarding, increasing utilization, or perhaps you have problems converting free to paid plans or upgrading users. So if you'd like to book a 15-minute chat with me, just go ahead at useractive.io/15min-strategy. But you can find this link just straight from the homepage, useractive.io. Okay, so thanks again, guys, for joining us. And that's been another great session of UI Teardowns.
Thank you so much, Peter. It was very nice.
Thank you.